The dawn of an ancient Indian kingdom, a vast world coming to life. Rice fields stretch to the horizon, morning mist lifts, birds scatter, everything feels abundant, safe, settled. This was an empire at the height of its power. The emperor believed he had seen everything. Or, so he thought, until he met the inventor. He brought 64 squares, and the quiet confidence of someone who already knows how this ends. The inventor wore plain clothes and had calm eyes. He carried a chessboard tucked under one arm. He didn't bring tribute. He didn't bring threats. The game began in the royal court. There was something unusual about this inventor. The emperor thought,
"This will be easy."
The inventor made an unexpected move. The emperor's smile faded, just slightly. The game stretched on for hours, with the silence of two minds meeting. Miracles don't usually start with brilliance. They start with something that looks harmless. True power lies not in the move, but in the silence before it. The emperor rose, magnanimous. He appreciated the game and saw the inventor had bested him.
"You have earned a reward. Name it."
1 grain of rice. On the first square, double it for each square of the chessboard.
The court burst with laughter, warm, indulgent, and amused.
"You are either the most modest man I have ever met, or the worst negotiator."
The inventor was neither. 1 grain of rice dropped, then 2, then 4. At first, no one noticed. Why would they? Every miracle looks completely unimpressive. For the first few steps, the accountant paused thoughtfully.
That can't be right. It is right.
Numbers climb faster now. 131,000, 262,000, 524,000, 1,048,000. Like a pulse before something great. By square 20, the numbers had outgrown the page. Yet, nobody seemed worried. That's the thing about exponential growth. It sneaks up on you. The emperor's advisor began to worry. Exhausted and aware of the emperor's misjudgment, the advisor informed the emperor that the inventor's request was impossible.
"Impossible? I cannot break my word."
The emperor looked at the inventor with humility and awe at how badly he had misjudged this humble man. And that is where the lesson starts. The emperor's wealth seemed expansive, and he took his many blessings for granted. As the stars emerged overhead, the numbers became enormous, from 1 grain to more than could be provided by a vast empire. That is the power of exponential growth and time. The world itself seemed small. The total rice promised had already surpassed every grain harvested in the history of the kingdom. This was not a disaster. It was a demonstration and a gracious lesson. Even mighty empires are small in the vastness of the universe. Rain becomes streams. Streams become rivers. Rivers flow to the ocean. What started as a light-hearted promise could cost the emperor his empire. By the 64th square, the emperor owed the investor 18 quintillion grains. Not a trick, not a trap. A lesson in how growth actually works. The emperor studied the scroll of numbers, then the chessboard. He thought about the time he spent with the inventor.
"You didn't want the rice, did you?"
I wanted you to see what you already had.
The power was never in the grain. It was in the doubling. The emperor sat quietly, not defeated, transformed. 1 grain of rice. It is not a small miracle. It is a beginning. The most extraordinary things in the world never arrive fully formed. They start with one move, one choice, one day of showing up. Then they grow. So, here is your modern parallel. A child sounding out her first word, an empty office, with one person on a late-night mission. A small idea shared, then shared again, spreading. You don't feel it on square 1. You won't feel it on square 10. But if you keep showing up, if you keep placing the next grain, miracles can happen. We may be small in the vastness of the universe, but in each of us lies a miracle just waiting to grow. You don't need to see all your moves, just the next one.